All right, it's a rainy day here, and rainy days are always good to do some maintenance on your equipment. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on the Ariens XD a little bit, get some sharp blades on there, check and see how clean the deck is. I really haven't cleaned it this season, so I'm kind of curious how gunked up it is underneath there. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna get into. Let's do it. All right, first thing I need to do is get this XD up in the air. So I recently just learned a trick in changing out the blades on my XD. If you don't have the best of backs, probably not something you should try to do, but it works pretty quick for me. Let me show you what I recently realized I could do that didn't require me to use the jack. Look at that. Suburbia, Dad, stop it. All right, somebody recently asked me which size socket to use to get the nut off the bottom there where the blade is. You need to get a 24 millimeter, and that's the perfect size to get off the nut there at the bottom. So 24 mil. You know, the gunk buildup isn't too bad under here. I do have some. And obviously this big old pile right here is not ideal, but I'll get that all scraped off here in a minute. Let's get these old blades off so I have some space to work. I'm putting the nut and the washer back up because when I scrape this off, I don't want to lose them. So it's just easier to slightly put them on there. All right, so it's now time to scrape the deck and get it all kind of cleaned out, because there's definitely, I mean, look at that. It's a nice clump there. All right, there it is. That's a lot from spring growth right there. And that was all under the deck. So if you haven't got under your deck this year, get under that deck, scrape out all that spring extra growth that's probably caking the bottom of it. Clean it out. Don't wait as long as I did. I should have checked it earlier, but you know, life happens. Now you can probably tell how much cleaner it looks under here, and because I stored the nut in the washer right there, I don't have to go looking for them. And so I start always by hand because I don't want to cross thread this by accident. I just torque it down until it stops spinning. Good enough. Moving on to the next one. And again, the nut in the washer are right there. Always make sure you get the blade on the correct direction, because if you put it on upside down, that'll be a problem. Hopefully you would notice pretty quick when you start mowing. And then I just torque it down until it stops spinning. Good enough. And moving on to number 3 down on the end. And then on to the last one. The nut washer right there. Sure the blade's going on the correct direction. And then just torquing it down until it stops. Good enough. the Zerks I need to grease. So let's get them greased and this thing's ready to go. All right, the only two that I know of are right here in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel while I have it up in the air. And you'll see there's the first one right there. So just going to hook up the grease gun to it. And then wait till I see grease coming out the sides right here. And then that's good to go. Go on to the other side. Find the Zerk, which is right there. Hook it up. So come back, get that extra grease off. You don't want it coming off in the yard as you're mowing. At least I don't. I try to check this every few mows, just to make sure I have grease in there. Just makes it ride a whole lot better. So that's a good way to handle a rainy day. Get some of that maintenance done on the mower to make sure that you're good to go on the next cut. Rainy days are always rough because you're stuck inside, or if you're outside, you're getting soaked. Now that it's not thundering though, I'm gonna be getting out there and spraying some fungicide and liquid iron down. With that being said, if you like what I'm up to, make sure to hit subscribe, hit that like button. Otherwise, Suburbia Dad is out.